Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Am I centered-ish? I want you guys to be able to see the lit candle. This one's like getting down, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to like actually see the glow of it. I think you can. Okay, listen, so I'm gonna be totally honest. This week's videos have been all like really involved in the planning department, and so for this video, I've scripted nothing and I just have an idea for what I want to talk about, and I'm going to basically try to do this all in kind of one take and then do minimal editing. And I'm very excited about it. This started as ice water, but I think the water coming out of the tap was not as cold as I thought, and now there's like one measly little like half ice cube in here. Anyway, today's video is going to be talking about resolutions and my goals for 2021, and I have a few things that I'm specifically like planning for that are resolutions or goals. But before we get started, I wanted to say the biggest thank you to Caucasian from the Caucasian channel. Coco is a good friend of mine. And today, actually just like 2 hours ago, I got a package from her, a gift for Christmas, that was these amazing pineapple earrings. These are so unique. Like, I feel like they're not just like little pineapple earrings, like rose gold pineapple earrings you would get at like Claire's or something, you know? They're so beautiful. I don't think she quite realizes that she just like gifted me the earrings that I'm going to be buried in. I've decided already when I'm 95. Thank you so much, Coco. She's so sweet, and I know that she's gonna watch this video too because she's so supportive of my channel. She's amazing, and if you like my channel, you would probably like hers, because if you like cruelty-free and vegan beauty and minimalism kind of stuff that I tinker with on this channel, she is like even more minimalist. She's really good at creating like vegan recipes and sharing living fun tips with you. She's moving to Berlin soon. Just go on her channel to hear the full story, but thank you so much, Coco. I really appreciate it. Okay. Sappy stuff over. Let's talk about my 2021 resolutions. So my first resolution that I pretty much know I'm gonna try to keep for the rest of my lifetime every single year is to read 12 books in 12 months, which may or may not sound like a lot to you, but I actually did this resolution for the first time 3 years ago now, and I kept it. It was the first New Year's resolution I'd ever kept, and let me tell you why I love it so much. I feel like a lot of New Year's resolutions are all based on like unattainably specific goals, and if you know anything about goal setting, if you watch, you know, like productivity YouTubers or you read self-help books or whatever, a goal should be specific. You should give yourself a specific target to hit, like a number or having a deadline in general. But when it comes to New Year's resolutions, I feel like people fail all the time because they're like, I'm gonna work out 3 times a week, and your life is crazy. Life is crazy. And so anyway, having this goal of 12 books in a year, for me, it does 2 things for me. One, it allows me to fulfill that goal kind of at my leisure throughout the year when my life is or isn't crazy, because when you make a goal that's supposed to be specific to every single week, I feel like that's going to set you up for failure a little bit, just because you are going to have full weeks in your life over an entire year where things are crazy and you have a lot going on, or you even just get lazy and need a week to not do anything. But this 12 books goal allows me to like read 5 books in a month and then 1 book the next month, and then, you know, if you wanted to and you had 1 month that was really good that year, you could read all 12 books in 1 month, you know? It just kind of allows you to tinker with it and tailor it to whatever you need. And the second reason I love it so much is that I have depression. I cope with an eating disorder. Even though I do take antidepressants, and that is something I will always be open about on this channel because there's no shame in taking medicine for your mental health struggles, I have truly found no medicine better than reading for anxiety and helping me to just like bring myself back down to earth. Someone told me that a long time ago, and I like knew that I felt good when I read. I feel like all people know they feel good when they read, but just like, you know, you feel better when you eat a salad all the time, no one eats a salad all the time, you know? Like, it's just, it's hard to embrace the things that are good for you, but when I have a goal like this, I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something when I'm reading. This gives me a little more motivation, but it really does help, guys, so much. The first year that I did this, I was really struggling. I haven't really talked about this on the channel, but hey, this is a chatty video, let's do it. About 3 years ago, I was still in college, and I had a very rough semester. Oh gosh, it actually might be 4 years. Anyway, it was at the end of the first semester of my freshman year of college that I was put on academic probation, and it was really embarrassing. You know, you don't want to admit to anyone that that's a situation you're in, and believe it or not, it wasn't because I was partying and stuff the first semester I got to college. That wasn't it at all. I had taken a ridiculous amount, as many credits as you possibly could. I was in a major that I was doing for the prestigiousness of the title, like basically just bragging rights. Like I thought that that was the thing to do if I was going to go to college to do this big thing. It's like, you know, the equivalent of being like, oh, I'm going to become a doctor. And I realized that I just did not like it. That was not what I wanted to do. It was a tough realization. I had gone through a breakup at that time, and I had my first real job at that time, real like hard job, and there was so much going on, and I ended up just not doing well in my classes. I really like sunk deep into my depressive state. My eating disorder was off the charts. It was terrible. Everything was just rock bottom for me. And so that was the end of the first semester. The semester ended in late December. The next one picked up in January, and I set this goal. I don't know if I saw it on Pinterest or something like that, but I said, I'm going to read 12 books this year. And the reason I said it was I knew that books were supposed to help with anxiety, and someone had told me at that time, because they knew I was struggling, that that does so much more than you could ever imagine. And it doesn't matter what book it is. You don't have to be reading self-help books. You don't have to be reading about the history of the universe. You can read about whatever you want. It can be all fiction, all 12 books. It can be a mix of biographies. It can be whatever you want. That's the best part of it. And so that year, I did actually read 12 books, and I can't tell you how life-changing it was to just read that much in one year. And I promise you, if you do kind of read like over time, it doesn't even really feel like that much, especially because you can read a really thick book one month and then you can read a really, really small book the next month, you know? It's all up to you. Anyway, all of that to say, this is a resolution I would always from now on recommend to people. I actually have it this year, and my boyfriend joined me this year, and this is embarrassing, but this is our book list 2020. I don't know if you can see that. Sam and Seth. Seth's list has now gone onto the back of the paper. He is killing it. And I am only on book 9. And you know what? If I don't actually get to 12 books this year, that's okay. I am still really proud of myself for reading as much as I have. But a small little part that's being added to next year's resolution is that I want to beat Seth. No matter how much he reads, I want to beat him. I mean, it's all friendly competition. I'm glad that he beat me this year because that means that he's reading so much, and that's amazing. Yeah, that's my actual New Year's resolution. I think that's the only one I actually could say like is a resolution, because my second one that you could either call a resolution or a goal is to get my Spanish back. I still am, I guess, fluent in Spanish because I'm so familiar with it and I've spoken it long enough, but I am really suffering on some fronts. And so something that kind of ties in with this too, to the first one, is that I want to read at least 2 Spanish books. And I actually have Michelle Obama's book. Hold on, let me go grab it. Okay, so this is the book I'm talking about. It's Becoming Mi Historia, or Her Story, My Story. I have this in Spanish, and this is a thick book, honey. How many pages is this? 523 pages. So the furthest I've ever gotten, and I might need to restart it, is 63 pages in. So even if it takes me all of 2021, I want to finish this book cover to cover, read this book all in Spanish. I would love that. And I haven't really talked a whole lot about Spanish speaking and speaking foreign languages at all, because I speak a couple. Spanish is my absolute favorite, and my other ones are falling by the wayside too. But another reason why I want to read at least 2 Spanish books, this would be one of them in that 12, is that everyone has a weakness when it comes to learning languages. I don't know if you knew that, but most of the time that's like statistically out of comprehension and listening, writing, reading, speaking, whatever it may be. Everyone in one of those categories usually is one that for some reason they just don't compute as well when they're trying to learn a second language. For me, that has always been reading. I can speak really well. I can listen and comprehend people so well. I can write it beautifully, but reading is the thing that gets me. For some reason, when I read, even though I know the words I'm reading for the most part, it takes me a solid 30 minutes of reading this book to finally switch my brain over into Spanish mode and actually just read at the pace that I would when I'm in English mode. Whereas when I'm speaking and listening to people, my mind just does it. I don't have to think about it anymore. But yeah, I just want to work on that more. And I think another kind of like cool goal that I'm not holding myself to just because I know that it's going to be crazy, but I would love to do, is doing like a tutorial for makeup or a full video in Spanish, or maybe start doing that on the channel. I would obviously have English subtitles, but that's something I would really love to do. And right now it's just that my vocabulary, for one, because I haven't really been expanding that at all and certain words drop out of your head, as well as my accent is not amazing because I haven't been practicing it. And I used to be at a point where my accent was something that like my native friends in Mexico would say was like stellar, just great. But before ever doing a speaking tutorial or something like that, I would want to work on that a little more. So that's kind of my other goal for this year. And then finally, something kind of related to YouTube is that, I'm saying it, I'm speaking it into existence. I so badly, by the end of 2021, want to have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not even at 1,000 at the time of making this video, but you know what? You gotta dream big. 1,000 is small potatoes, honey. Is that the phrase, small potatoes? I think so. I mean, it's a phrase that people from the 1950s use, but it's a phrase. But as I've stated in a very recent video, I really do want to make YouTube full time. I would love to be able to say that I'm a YouTuber, and I, believe me, have done the research. The other day I was looking up whether I would need to, like, finances for a YouTuber, how I would pay taxes, whether I would need to be an LLC or an S Corp, all kinds of things. I know that it's a big undertaking and it wouldn't always be fun, but I love making videos for you guys. I love it. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be able to make content that inspires people and makes people laugh and makes people feel included and beautiful and empowered, and I feel like that's my mission in life. I feel like that's what I'm really good at. Do I have any other goals for 2021? I mean, there are like specific skills that I want to learn for YouTube. There are, dare I say, some workout things that I want to do, but workout resolutions almost never end well. Ooh, one thing that I actually did see that's similar to the book thing, if you want a workout resolution that might actually work for you, is if you're a runner or a squatter or whatever you want, picking a number for the entire year and saying, I want to run 100 miles this entire year or 1,000 miles this entire year or whatever it may be. Because then again, you can get to that point, but it allows you to have days or weeks or months where you don't do a whole lot if life just gets crazy, and it gives you a chance to still pick yourself back up and work on that goal throughout the year. All right, guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave you. Coco, if you're still watching, thank you again for these amazing, amazing earrings. I love you so much. I love all of you so, so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me do a video that is kind of just chatty and rambly and not super planned. I love you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying this holiday season. Mwah! I will see you in the next video.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.